whatever. I'll get into that. I'll get into that. All right, let's get this stuff moving. All right, where are we? All right, rate one. You guys should see what's going on. I'll just buy more. It's up to you, right? I'm waiting for some form of leveling off before anything happens. Okay, put that there. Right, 1 second. I'll get the X up and then we can go from there. All right. What's up, bruv? Hello, Lamar. I hope you took those what I said to heart and yeah, didn't put too much into it. Hello, bro. Hope you had a good day. I had an interesting day. I'm going to be pushing my Insta from now on because I can't deal with TikTok crap anymore. So I'm going to be pushing hard. All of the updates, all the normal videos I do are going to be all there, right? So if anyone wants to see any of those things, make sure that you understand. But yeah, that's the thing. Okay, let me get this conversation going. Because I can't, you know what I mean? It's just a headache for no reason. I'm fighting with TikTok right now to prove that I'm me. Can you see a problem with this right now? Do you think there's a disconnect at this present moment with my it's like I'm me. And so can you prove that? I was like, I don't know how do I do that? Someone help me, please. How am I supposed to prove that I'm me? He goes, oh, but I don't know. A lot of people said you weren't you. My gut feeling is that they're still going to crash the market before they... yeah, I mean, there's some massive liquidations going on right now. Like, absolutely enormous. Like, we're talking billion-dollar type of liquidations happening all over the place. But yeah, whatever. What can we do? Right, now. Good afternoon, evening, bro. Heading to Venice. Yes, that's not the problem. You're a great impressor. I know, it's almost like it's me. Almost. Not too sure, but almost. Do we see 60K coming? No. I think... Look, you know, I said the other day, I got a feeling we've got a VIX spike event coming. And I want to say this to everyone right now. NVIDIA had a record-breaking... Fig, you wouldn't have a squeaky chair. What are you talking about? It's going soon anyway. I've ordered my one. It's being made at the moment. NVIDIA had a record earning. Like, we're talking profits bigger than companies, right? Talking of some of the largest returns and growing margins and all of this stuff, right? But the market is still pulling back. And people will point towards, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't help, but it points towards the... I can understand why they didn't want to release this, to be honest. Give me 1 second. Let me get the data. The unemployment data up. Sorry, I've been doing a bunch of stuff today. No. Yeah, here we go. The unemployment data came... just why are you being annoying? Just give me the data. I don't want to subscribe to your news service. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, I can understand, right? Honestly, this is a major opportunity for paycheck to check people to DCA. Eli, I'm going to get to that. That's the silver lining here, what people are not understanding, right? So the job reports and numbers came out, and they added 119,000 jobs, and unemployment ticked up a little bit. The problem is, a lot of people are saying, yeah, unemployment ticked up, so, you know, they're going to be cutting rates. But the amount it's ticked up is within the margin of error. We're talking about data coming in when the government was closed, and that that margin of error is enough for the Fed to not do it, right? Now, this is what's going on right at the moment. People are pointing to this being the catalyst to doing that, but I'm telling you now, it's got nothing to do with any of this stuff. We would have a pullback, but the sentiment in the market, what's happening in the market right now is, I think if we lose the 80,000, that's officially bear market territory, right? Right now, the real problem, the actual problem of what's happening right now is this. Japan is at COVID levels of the 10-year treasury rates. And at this current rate, there's $15 trillion of yen carry trade exposure to the market. And people are liquidating everything. I'm just trying to explain to you right now what's going on. They are front running what this is happening here. This is the front run. You cannot have a record earnings report from Nvidia and the market is you know what I mean? And the market is pulling back like this because of the Fed maybe not cutting. That's not going to touch the corners, honestly. And it's this really interesting situation right now, right? Where partly because of the sentiment of the Fed, who's saying that they're not going to cut, especially if they're saying, oh, but jobs are great, right? And unemployment's great. I mean, if you ask people who are looking for jobs and are in the USA, I would say they would beg to differ. Hello, Joey Mack. How you doing, my man? Pleasure to have you here, right? I'm one of the only people here, and even TikTok tried to remove me because I'm not me. Whatever that means, right? Anyway, whatever. I have the whole team working on it. We'll see what happens. So this is where we are, right? Majority do work, and many are. I bet you're. I don't know what that means. Thank you so much, Joey Mack. Appreciate it. What's with the new? It's not new. The old, anyway. It's a long story, but yeah. By the way, if anyone that's here is watching me, I have this is my alt account, so you guys understand. Should we follow this or old account coming up? Follow this one for the time being. I will relay my information. Also, if you want to see my screen, I'm going to put my I'm going to be putting. If you go to the X, you should follow my Insta as well. I'm going to be doing all my daily updates there at the moment and I'm going to be doing majority of it there, right? Because I can't deal with the bipolar nature of this app. I mean, like, I got removed for not being me, apparently. They said that I'm impersonating myself. This is where we are right now. This is where we are right now. That's what I'm dealing with at this present moment, alongside all this crap that's happening. Now, this right now here is the issue. You can't have a record earnings report from a company such as Nvidia that is not only beating records, but are at such extraordinary levels. They're at such extraordinary levels that they are sold out of all compute. All of their processors are sold out completely sold out. And their cloud computing space is almost at 98% capacity. They are running at all mode. I can't say that word. The G word blazing. Everything is on full tilt with Nvidia at the moment. And there was this sort of worry about, oh, but you know, AI is a bubble. But now AI is not a bubble. It's not a bubble now. But it's now like, oh, it's unemployment. Oh, no, they're looking for a reason for why this is happening. And it's this. It's the Japan issue that's what's causing this problem at the moment. Because I'm going to say this right now. And I'll say this to everyone in this present moment. As ETH goes to info, maybe it's time to the same like last time. I'm going to say this, right? And I'll say this to everyone that really, really matters, right? The ones from Kick are hilarious. Do you want viewers? I'll say this, and this is the best way to say it, right? There will be a point where this settles. There will be a point where there's going to be a bottoming out somewhere. It can't be just a fire sale of everything that's going on, depending on how much exposure that investors have from this carry trade. Because I want this to be very very to understand. Question: where is my money? I need alts to pump as oaks. It can happen. There's gonna be a look. If you're on good quality things, it's a matter of waiting right now. I would be very. I mean, you can do and then try and find it later on, but usually people fail at that point unless you're like constantly watching the market. Why is dominance falling while alts dumping stable coins? Because everything is selling at the moment. This is the problem. No one's rotating it into alts at the moment. They're rotating it into stables. That may be what they want you to see. I heard someone sold all their stock on Nvidia. Could be. Maybe. People are going to be selling at this present moment out of fear. And the thing is, people who are selling is out of fear, and it's this. If they have look, the exposure at the moment is $15 trillion. Is that a fair understanding of how big the exposure of the yen carry trade is? I cannot believe that after what happened last time, they unwound it and then they rewound it back up. Because it's one of those scenarios, and that's why I say you should follow here, because I do more of would I be crazy by it? No, not necessarily. It's your own understanding of what you want to do. I'm looking at, I'm making a list. I'm making a list of assets that I'm going to be putting buys into, because we're coming into unbelievable buying opportunities scenarios, like it literally life-changing type of things. There is going to be a point where this thing rolls around. There is going to be a point. There is no such thing as up only. There's no such thing as down only. Anyway, that's that situation. So what's happening here, and if you guys don't know what the yen carry trade, should I explain to you where the problem lies with this carry trade issue happening at this present moment? What the problem is at this present moment? TikTok sucks. I searched you and you're I'm blocked because they said that I'm not me. They said I'm impersonating myself. That's the reason why. I'm not joking. It is actually hilarious at this present moment. I mean, it's actually hilarious at the moment. Anyway, whatever. So that's where we are at this present situation. So that's what's going on. Which tech not monitoring? Creating debt. Peter Intel sold all his 100 million. Peter Thiel sold all his stock 100 million. Yeah, because it's this. This is the problem. This here is the problem. Not the Fed cutting. This is the problem right now. There is an issue right now that's going on where I'll say this, right, and I would say this to you the best way to describe, right? Would you be surprised? No, not necessarily. No, right? It's the same way that the yen carry. That's why I'm waiting for, and I'll finish my sentence in a second, right? Let me put this back. I'll finish my sentence in a second. That is why I said the other day I'm expecting some sort of VIX spike. If it breaks this 28 percentile range, 28.5 percentile range, this thing is going to try and push to 50. If this goes and hits above 50, I will buy a house value of everything. That's my humble opinion. You can do what you want to. Be it in the form of either stocks or, Web3 or everything. Because the last 3 times it has come up to this point, right? Can't even see yet. The last 3 times it has come up to this point or past the 50. In fact, every single time, you do it yourself. Go onto the charts and go to the VIX and chart this 50 level. and chart those exact dates onto either the S&P 500 or Bitcoin, and you will see that every single time it's spiked to that point has been one of the most unbelievable buying opportunities. So you guys have an understanding of what's happening right now, right? The yen carry trade did that. That was COVID, right? And I will put a list of all of that stuff into the program. I'm going to put a list of everything that I'm going to be looking at, what I'm going to be buying, what I'm going to be looking at, everything on that level I'm going to be doing. Also, if people on X can repost this live, that would be very much appreciated. Honestly, it means a lot if you guys can do something on that level so we can get more eyes here because of all the crap that's happening from the tickety talk. So if you guys can repost, there's 90 of you guys viewing. If you can do a 90 repost, that would be very much appreciated. Where are we now? You must have been the Graham impersonation. No, it's just they just copy or they download my videos and they just post it. It's just so annoying. There's no sign of enthusiasm that would be finished this way. No, you misunderstand what's going on. I'm not saying anything on that manner where this is the end. Look, there are ways that this thing can turn around very, very quickly. But at this present moment, it's that, right? Right now, we're sitting in an environment here where there is a $15 trillion exposure to the carry, right? Then at the same time, we're sitting in a place where the Japanese central bank and the economy is doing a full. They're trying to stimulate the economy where it's in negative growth at the moment. Japan is in negative growth. It's shrinking. At the same time, you have an interest rate that's going up and a central bank inflation. I mean interest rate that's sitting at 0.5 and inflation that's rising. Something is going to give, and if it is a interest rate hike, I don't want to think about it. Interest rate hike would be a massive VIX spike event. Interest rate hike will bring it up to here, to 50.58, and then I will buy a life-changing amount of stocks. I want everyone to understand that. A life-changing amount. Like a hike bedtime if that happens. But that mean this is full-blown Black Swan event if it happens. I mean, I'm seeing it and no one's paying attention to this thing, and they really should be paying attention to this thing. Jesus, please pay attention to this thing. Also, another thing I want to show you guys, right? We're about to break history. I'm being serious. 5 was history. If sentiment goes below 5, William Watson made the video about it yesterday. Yeah, he watches my stuff and then does the same thing. I made it first. I said it first. All right, me. Don't gives me credit, rascals. Anyway, oh yeah, I found out something today. William made it first, to be honest, mate. What? No, he did not. I don't care what you said. When did he make it? Before or after my live when I was talking about it? Before my live. Wait, what day? I'm looking now. Send me the date. I don't believe you. Not a chance in that I believe that. So what I would say is this, right? We're on the verge of breaking history at this present moment. The lowest extreme fear we've ever got was 5. Lowest we ever got it was in 5, like at 5 level. So that's that situation where we are. Yeah. So we're in a very interesting position at this present moment. Yeah. I'm all right too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know you don't think highly of me. No one thinks highly of me. Although I did find out they do paid promotion today. That was an interesting one. God, such hypocrites, honestly, hilarious. Anyway, uh, the Hector and Hedge Fund boys are this. I don't know who those are. Is the crypto market done? We'll see. At this present moment, the chance of a rate cut happening, and at the same time, and this yen carry trade issue going on is a real problem at this present moment. There's only potential risk at this present moment, and that's why everyone's de-risking. And to be honest, people are possibly most probably selling assets that they've done through this yen carry trade aspect of it. That's the thing. Right now, we're in a scenario. Rate cuts did not make village. Yeah, it's because of what he said in his meeting. This is the problem. When it's not about the cut itself, it's about what Powell says. Remember, last time he cut, but said that there's no guarantee of another cut, especially as there's no data. And then there was a moment that there was no data coming out, and then the data came out, kind of saying that it's not really necessary to cut because, unemployment isn't that bad, job creation is pretty good. Do you know what I mean? We're in this sort of scenario where we're sitting in a level of uncertainty, even though stock earnings are at amazing levels at this present moment, right? They're earning money. They're earning, the margins are increasing, but the market is risk off, and partly risk off because the whole nature of what's going on at this present moment is that people are trying to move away from exposure to these issues that are going on at the moment in the market. Now, one thing that I will say, and this is what's really important to understand, is that this increase in the dollar here, and we are sitting at the precipice. Like, we are at, this is make or break level here. If the dollar breaks above this $100 183 level, yeah, we're gonna be in an interesting situation right now. Bottlenecks April, May, Powell out, and yeah, look, if Powell does not cut, because it's still not 100%, right? I said last time that we're going to be most probably sitting around the 50-50 level, right? We're most probably going to be sitting around that level there. And it really is going to be a 50-50 level. Are you saying if VIX goes above, if it hits 50, I'm buying? I'm telling you now, if VIX goes above 50, in fact, let me just do it here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me change the color of that. If it goes above this number, I'm pretty much buying blue chips, as much blue chip stock as I possibly can. Yeah, there we go. Actually, let's make it a bit more. There we go. 48. If it hits 48, I'm buying. I'm buying everything. I'm literally buying everything. Or do they think you should be net Fed chair? No, I don't think so. People don't like me. Although that might make me a good candidate for it. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Does that apply to stocks? Stocks, definitely stocks. Definitely stocks. I mean, yeah, 100%. To be honest, it hit my level perfectly, the S&P 500, and bounced off it, the 6552, right? But I am thinking that this thing could most probably retrace down to the 6279. If something breaks, and it's looking like something is on the verge of breaking, Because if you look at, there's some key factors here as well. Have you guys seen lumber? My God. All right, let me show you this. Have you seen the price of lumber at the moment? Oh my Lord, have you seen the price of lumber at the moment? Let me just show you something. Check this out. Let me find it. Where is this now? Where is the price of lumber? Let's go. Hair looks great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you say my hair looks great. It's nice to hear good things. I've been getting a lot of hate these days for some reason. I don't know why. Where are we right now? Where was this? I can't find it now. Where was it? 1 second. Let me find it. Lumber has hit a all-time low price. Like all-time low. That's usually not a good sign if that's happening. Like lumber hitting all-time low is usually an indicator that the market is in a dire situation at the moment. Also, house prices have started to fall as well, which usually isn't the worst of signs, right? Because it's a sign of, it's a deflationary aspect, which is a good thing. But it's terrible if people don't have a job. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's terrible if people are transitory jobs or in some sort of gig work where they're not actually making enough ends meet to cover, and cost of things are going up. Crypto is so retail because you're impersonating your dearest friend. Big thank you so much. Crypto is so retail. Not necessarily. No. This is all an institutional bullcrap that's going on right now. All of them are taking some mega profits at this present moment. That's it. They're taking profits on the S&P 500 as well. Look, say this has a big correction. Say the S&P 500 has a massive correction down to here, right? Down to the 6,280 area. I want to ask you guys this question here, right? I want to ask you this question here. Do you think that the S&P 500 and the US companies will never gain ground again and not make profits and not grow again? If you think that, then you need to look into other economies. And which one do you want to look at? Crypto King resurfaced. I know he did. I know he did. I said it in the previous one. He was like, I'm bullish, we're going up. I was like, oh, no. No, he's like, I call him Jim Cramer. He's the Jim Cramer. I call him, yeah, that's my, that's what I call him. Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer. He's the Jim Cramer, man. That's the only way I can describe him. As soon as he says something's going one way, I'm like, oh no, I'm shorting. Or I'm longing. Like, it's just... ETH bottom. Possibly. We today there's a cheeky long we're looking at. We put a cheeky long into the pro. Let's see if it works. It's a bit risque. It's a bit risque, but we'll see. Are we going lower? Potentially. I mean, we're coming to some key levels on some of the big guys at the moment. Where's Sol? I'm wondering where Sol's sitting. Did it hit the 120? Yeah, I think 120 is a given. I think 120 is a given on Sol. Yeah. Yeah, it's developing a bearish cluster here. This is what a bearish cluster looks like. If you, yeah. Or a bear flag. This latest pullback is because of the job creation numbers, the job numbers. Will Sol hit $70? God, if it does. Where's $70? 80. If Sol loses this 120 area, 93 then 80. 93 then 80 is a number. I'll buy it 70, 80. I'll buy it. hope I as well. Although we'll be careful. I'll say this, right? And I want to be very cautious. I'm gonna be very, very cautious not to scare you guys too much. If Japan does an emergency rate hike, and I want to explain this to you, right? I want to explain to you what's happening right now. There's yen carry trade. I'll explain it very quickly. Japan has a 0.5% interest rate on loans. So what people do is that they collateralize their assets and take massive loans from Japan Central Bank and various banks, right? And then they come over to the USA or other more greater growing economies and put them into riskier trades such as crypto or like the S&P 500 or even into the government bonds in USA, which is earning about 4 and a bit percent. So they're making technically 3%, minus the exchange fees and all this kind of stuff, right? Now, that wouldn't be a problem. Wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, William explained it like this too. Interesting. Oh, shut up, Punky. Just don't even go there. And besides, I did anyway. I talked. Anyway, what was I talking about before he spoiled my train of thought? Yeah. So there's that situation right now. Now the problem that we face at this present moment is that Japan is not growing. Right, its growth is going to negative values. I've actually put it onto my Insta. You guys can check it out. I'll put it on. In fact, I'll put it on my link tree now. I'll put it later on. I'll put it on later on the thing. It's because I don't actually have it here, do I? No, I don't. Yeah, so it's not growing at the moment, but at the same time, for the past 10 years or so, there's been a creep of inflation happening. Partly because of tariffs, partly because of various other aspects. The actual costs are going up, and there's an inflationary aspect that going on into the economy. Now, the problem is, right? That was a weird sound. Anyway, the problem is, the hell is that sound? Anyway, the problem is we're sitting in a scenario right now where we're sitting in a scenario right now where the government of Japan, the new government of Japan, announced this 150 odd $150 billion. Okay. Japan. my adapter started sparking. Cool. So yeah, they announced this $150 billion odd stimulus package, right? Which is supposed to increase growth. The problem is, and this is where the problem is rising, is that this increase in the stimulus is only going to be more inflationary matters, and there is no way that this growth will match what is needed to pull Japan out of its problems. Now, it could have a somewhat short-term beneficial effect where that money could go into places like the US and everything else like that. If their bonds, their government issued bonds, which in essence is a form of debt that they're issuing, that they need to sell to be able to refuel into the economy to keep this level of growth where they are sitting right now stable. The issue is, because inflation is going up, the stimulus is going in, which is going to be inflationary no matter what. There's no level of likeness of growth appearing because people will just put it into other growing aspects. It will then get to a point where the yields will get so high that it will be one of two things happen. Either Japan goes into hyperinflation, complete collapse, right? Which will you know, which I don't. There's no way that they will allow that to happen, or they're going to do an interest rate hike, and it can be an overnight interest rate hike if it gets too bad, and it is the bond rates are accelerating at a crazy level at the moment. If Japan does an emergency rate hike, it will be very bad, like really really bad. The last time it happened, the only way that they saved it was America got in and said and forced the Japan Central Bank to go back on its decision and just said, you're eating this mess, you're eating the inflation and the lack of growth, you cannot cut. This is where we are at this present moment. This is the real issue. This is what people are seeing in the market, and it doesn't help that the Fed now is not going to cut, right? And there's no indication of them going to cut into a market which is basically like, the market is saying we need help, no one's working, everything's expensive, but the Fed is saying, but the computer says no, the data's not there, why should we cut? And it's this horrible situation where we're in right now, where the Fed looks like it's willing to bring some winter before the sunshine on the other side. And unfortunately, right, and this is the unfortunate, and people are not going to like what I'm going to say, it is because of one singular man this is happening, unfortunately. Any questions? That's why Trump buys at least 82 million in bonds. Yeah, he's de-risking as well. So we suffer liquidity shortage and could be even worse if Japan raises rates. Basically, yeah. Which, Rich? I was extremely sure they would cut. Because this is the problem, right? This is the problem. This is the issue that I want to explain to everyone. What they see in the data, this is my problem that we're facing right now. If the Fed relies on this data, which, mark my words, right? Mark my words, are going to be revised down. You'll see. So you see, mark my words, we'll see something on this aspect, that it will be revised somehow or other, and then my only hope right now, this is where we're sitting, is that the Fed. Why would America allow Japan to increase rates when they didn't previously? Cryptomania. As much power as America has, let's not forget they did tariff that country, right? But they are partly the fault of what's happening right now. Their inflationary acceleration is because of the tariffs that have been put into place. If push comes to shove, and it's the choice between a accelerating hyperinflationary problem, they will choose their country. Would you not? How's America going to stop that? What, tariff them more? At this point, is any good or bad news bullish for crypto? Right now, we need to get to a point where liquidity drain is stopped, and until we get to a point where that happens, or we see some form of right now right now we have to hope for bad news. That's what we need to hope for. I'm being really serious right now. If we could get bad economic data, not inflation. We want good inflationary data, bad unemployment data, and then we're good, right? We're in a good state if that happens. But right now we have to play the market as it is, and right now we have to see basically every pump is a possible opportunity to short the market until further notice. And I think that level will settle somewhere between 80 and 75. So I would say between, yeah, this is the zone. This is the zone we're playing with right now. Right there. Between there, I think will be a bottoming out. Has QE December been cancelled? It's not QE, it's QT. They're still cancelling QT. They're what? All right. They're not. Tonight, this is apparently just a technical bounce. How high can we bounce? 87.7. Will probably. I think if we do bounce, the 100,000 mark is the number. That will dictate whether this is a real over. I'll move over to see the tube. Yeah, if this is a real over moment, or if this is just de-risking for the sake of de-risking. Because what's going on at the moment is that the big players are fully nuking out of the market, and the smaller guys are also following in. But they could change this at any second as well. We need. We're in interesting moments right now. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance can go down, but the thing is, it's going down because Bitcoin is going down, and they're not putting it into alts because there's uncertainty and fear in the market right now. I mean, everything is on it. I mean, look, if you look at this, check this out. Check this out. 53% of all homes of lost value. I'll keep it 2x. Go for it, man. Bitcoin dominance is dropping because Bitcoin is dropping. See, Bitcoin dominance is in essence the relationship between Bitcoin and alts, right? It just means that Bitcoin is dropping at a faster rate than alts at this present moment because alts have dropped so much. That's where we're sitting at this present moment. We're cooked, man, in it. Trying to long this bear market. I wouldn't say it's a bear market, right? I will say this. I wouldn't say this is a bear market. It's not worth it. Not in Bitcoin, especially. In alts, we've had Mr. Donald Trump and various individuals pulling out massive levels of liquidity. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'll say this, and it's partly also you in Dubai. Not yet. I'm probably going to Dubai. Oh yeah, I might be moving to Dubai next year. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe Dubai or actually Malaysia. One of the two. We'll see. This might be waiting for alts to stop because of extreme fear. I mean, look. I'll say this, right? And I want this to be very, very clear for everyone to understand. If you have dry powder on the side, and this is my humble opinion, I would be watching the settling very, very cautiously. Like very, very cautiously. Finding a point. You have to move to Dubai. I might do, yeah. I was looking at houses there. I don't want, yeah. I might be going there soon. What jobs came out bad, but we dumped? No, jobs data didn't come out bad. So job creation is still healthy. Unemployment ticked a little bit, and to be honest, it's in the margin of error. It's not big enough for that to be the case. Legend, yeah. I might be moving to Dubai Hills soon, so we'll see. Is there still hope for final leg up? Yeah, of course there is. There is. Now, until this level here is the actual And me too started looking for, but Qatar is really good as well. They have a really good villa community. I looked there as well, but it's like an hour and a half drive from Dubai. It's too far away, unfortunately. It's too far away for me. I need to be in Dubai. Gary Stevens looking for seven figure, thinking to leave UK for his TV documentary. You should sign up. Gary Stevenson looking for seven figures, thinking to leave. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Cryptus, I don't understand what you mean. XRP is low. Let's look at XRP. What's XRP up to? It is definitely low. It's still not terrible, but yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's still holding up relatively good for what's going on. I don't live in Dubai. No, I might be going there next year. Good ID in Dubai and house to buy. Yeah. What's the biggest thing you should be watching going in to the year end? High caps, like layer ones. I'm going to be like, you're going into some amazing levels there. Looking at certain stocks for sure. There's a lot. Yeah, I thought there would be I thought the job numbers would come in bad, because I want to say it this way, right? I want to say it this way. Is there anyone that lives in the US here? Like anyone that's watching from the US, where I'm at the moment, anyone that's here that can give some form of first-hand understanding of what's going on. Is employment and unemployment, is everything all good right now? Does everyone feel like everything is cheap? Everyone's fully employed. They don't feel like there's any type of issue or crisis in the jobs market. Anyone? Because I have friends in the USA, and all of them are like, they don't understand where this job data is coming from. This is the issue, what's going on right now. I didn't do anything with my TikTok account. It's TikTok themselves did something with it. It's not all good with employment. It's hard to find people to work. I work for a large US telco, and we laid off 13,000 people today. There you go. Any update about ICP? You mean talking about in the pro group? Those are all scalps, man. You guys need to they're scalps. It gives the levels to take profits. They're all there. It hit TP1. Nothing good. No, never me good. Everything is that word, and we're all living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. Jobs are. I don't know of anyone right now. Like, there's layoffs left, right, and center. I don't know of anyone that speaks in you spoke of relief rally coming Tuesday. Yes, it went opposite because of the jobs data. The jobs data coming in good, which makes no sense to me, right? Literally no sense to me right now. It is giving the Fed a reason to not cut, and stocks do not like that. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. But I'm expecting if this thing starts losing the 6,552 on the S&P 500 to go to the 6,279. Honestly, the lie US, the no economy. I don't know what you mean by that, Rafael. Boats and RVS aren't selling, usually the bottom. Yeah, look, look. Right now, the bears are in full control, right? I don't know if you guys follow my ex, but I saw this. I was like, all right, yeah, this is where we are. This is the bears are in full control at this present moment. How in every sense of the word, all day long. They are fully slamming on the brakes and everything. Um, do you think alts won't rally until 2026? Look, in my humble opinion, right? In my humble opinion, if it's all honestly, like we're running out of depends at the moment, right? This is where we are right now. I mean, that's us right now. This is where we're sitting at this present. It right now with the sheer level of sentiment, they lie about jobs data. Yeah, they don't lie. It's just the connection is bad. Right now, bears are in full control, complete full control, and at the same time, we're in a scenario where sentiment is at its absolute lowest. The issues with it's not a bubble, Steve. No, AI is not a bubble. I don't care what anyone says. AI is not a bubble. It's not a bubble. You look at Nvidia, right, which is verging on country size. Like it is a country size company, and they are not only fully sold out, their cloud computing is almost fully sold, and sentiment in the market is like, is anyone talking about a bubble at the moment? Anyone? People are now talking about, oh, there's no rate cut. That's what's going on. They're trying to find a way to justify what's happening, and the only justification is this Japan issue. That's it. They're just yanking liquidity out of the market. Crypto climate in Dubai is better as a. Oh yeah, nice. I've been to Dubai many, many times. A is at the beginning, wholeheartedly. You know, I was talking to someone who's invested heavily into it, and he was like, if you change the word AI to energy, would you feel the same way? Would you say things like, oh, they're investing too much into energy, they're creating too much energy, all this kind of stuff? So, Mr. Alvarez, will they cut in December or not? I don't know. Right now, right now, my friends, we are in. I don't know. Mister, I have no comprende of what's going to happen Ende, and that's what everyone is going through at the moment. No one knows anything. No one knows anything at the moment, and this is, I mean, gold selling off. Do you understand where we are right now? People don't even want to invest into gold yet. Like this, the amount. What's happening here? The amount of fear in the economy, right? This is what's, you know what I mean? Everything is wholeheartedly everything at the moment is juxtaposition of what's actually going on. We're in scenarios where we have sentiment in the ground, but gold is also going down, which is a fear stock. So they're basically saying this, right? We are so fearful of everything that we don't want to invest money into the asset that is a fear stock, that is a safe haven, because I don't even believe in that. This is the sheer insanity of where we're sitting right now. So, on the one hand, we have good earnings, insane earnings in AI. We have, and I'm going to go with data, please don't bite my head off. We have, would you sell some now or reinvest in VIX spike? I wouldn't. I would just add more. I'm lucky to have that kind of thing. The video on your screen is somewhat disturbing. Sorry. I know. Chap on CNBC was saying chance of rate cut is 60-40. After reading the mixed data, he was saying better than it was earlier. It's because of the unemployment rate. That 0. I'm saying it's 50-50. Right now, it's 50-50. The Fed needs to decide. Do we not cut and tank the market? or do we cut and push the can down the road? This is what they're trying to decide at the moment, right now. And I would veer towards them possibly forgoing some growth for that. The future is also in Saudi Arabia crypto. Thank you, appreciate that. I mean, I've been to Dubai a lot. I go there a lot, so I know everything, the whole thing. I just feel that Dubai it's great, but I think it's a bit over. It's a bit overvalued a little bit at the moment, especially as opening a company that is not as beneficial anymore. What are your top 5 buys in the bear market? Just go full tier 1, like the big caps. You know what I mean? The major ones that you should look at. Do you think the bottom is in for near? I think nothing is in for nothing at this present moment. So bearish until Trump gets his Fed governor. I don't even think at that. I mean, the issue is, right, and I need everyone to understand this, is that the Fed started the cutting cycle, and the market does not believe right now. Right, that's why they're reacting this way, because they wouldn't. I mean, apart from the Japan thing, I think Japan is the real issue, right? But they would not react this aggressively to this news if the Fed was like, "Oh, we'll see what happens." Because the problem is right now, right? The problem is right now is that they said that the balance of risk is to unemployment and job creation. That's why we're cutting, and no one believes that one cut alone will do that. We'll sort that out. No one believes that. So it's like either the Fed is wrong or wrong. Are they wrong that unemployment's an issue, or are they wrong that it isn't an issue? How can one rate cut change that? Can someone explain this to me? How can 2 rate cuts change that? The only way that these type of things change is if there hasn't been enough time. There haven't been enough time for the rate cuts to have an effect on companies to be able to adjust employment and job creation. And the thing is, we're coming into a seasonally high level of employment, right? So we're coming into a scenario where we're going into Christmas, where people increase the level of employees because of the Christmas rush, whatever that's going to be. You know, paying in dust. I'll give you 3 grams of dust, right? So are they going to be basing it on just that data? Ah! You know what I'm saying, Brev? Brev, you get what I'm saying? Dust will pay the taxes soon. This is what I'm talking about. Right now, no one knows anything. There are 1,000 different things from different sides, and there is complete, wholehearted investor. What is going on? So you need to make that decision point, whether you find no Cryptus, I don't think. No, 5, man, you're aggressive. This is where we are right now, and what you need to do is you need to be full trader mentality. Wow, thank you so much, Pataya. You're very, very kind for that deposit. You didn't need to. Honestly, it's very kind. Are we at Max Payne yet? Max Payne? This ain't Max Payne, man. They could get worse. I want to be very honest with you. There is a chance that if something... I'm worried right now. It could be pure manipulation. Because I want to say this, right? I want to say this. Right now, it's full-blown uncertainty. But the problem with uncertainty is this, right? This is the issue with uncertainty. And I'll bring this up every single time. Actually, where's my... Wait, where did my picture go? Ah, wait, I need to... One second. I need to adjust this. 1 second before we get into serious conversation. Right? Right. There we go. That's what's happening right now. There we go. All right. So, do you see the anyway, right? So, okay, cool. So I couldn't stop myself. Where so dumb. Anyway, we're let me show you this, right? Where we're sitting right now. Ah, where'd it go? Did I get rid of it? Ah, here you go. Right? The problem with uncertainty is this. This is the problem with uncertainty. And this is why these things can change on a dime. All it takes is a series of certainties coming into the market, and then the market can react accordingly. Good or bad. This is the thing. Good or bad right now. But I would lean towards I just arrived, start over. You won't like it, my man. You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. Good or bad, this is the problem. You worry about something, you know, all these levels of speculation, and we're in full speculation mode right now. But in the negative, right? In the best sense, where we're speculating that things are getting bad, things are over. Like you hear that people were talking, oh, why did someone sell them their full share in Nvidia, and then Nvidia afterwards did record profits? Do you understand what I mean? That they're not talking about that anymore. They're looking for a. It's just full speculation of what's going on, and that pumping of fear is what's going on. But the problem with fear is that it's only very little that actually comes to fruition and causes this issue, this problem in the market, right? That you could actually be a tangible thing. And the thing about things that are tangible is that the market will react, absorb, adjust, and move from there. But the market can't do that right now because it doesn't know what the problem is. It's just speculating that it's these things. And when the market pulls back like this, and, you know, Nvidia tried its hardest to hold it and is pooping down again, you're in this scenario where how does a market react to what's happening? Yeah, it's breaking that. Well, watch for the reaction of this trend line. Here. Watch for a reaction of the 6511. Because it could be a deviation back into the range. The manipulation think they're getting rid of people. They are creating more big fish. Well, we'll see. Look, we'll see in this scenario right now. Can you say why XRP ETF is good? It's not good. I told you it wasn't good. And none do. Anyone that said it was going to be good was... I would love to be a part of something that has the love that XRP had, the community had for XRP. Every single turn, everything that they've said has not come true. Everything that they've said has not come true. And it's just like one thing after another is falling out. And the creator of the project is selling constantly. Do you think there's something bigger going on in the background? The yen carry trade is going on. They love XRP like I love my dog. Yeah, it's like that. It's unbelievable. XRP was good to me. I'm glad I took profits. Yeah, look. Hey, look. People who took profits on XRP did amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. I was actually saying, like, when it got up to here, I was saying it would be a good place to take some profits on this thing, but whatever. It did absolutely amazing, like truly incredible profits that it created on people. But honestly, I would not be surprised. If things get bad, this thing retraced the full move. If it loses, look, if XRP loses this level here, yeah, the 161. If it loses 161 and then settles underneath it, it will retrace the full move, like the full move, completely. I got my cat's new collars, like really expensive collars. They really don't like them. They really don't like them. You should see the battle that's going on over there. You know that the Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. That's what's going on. It's a real battle going on at the moment. I've got Rizmans. It is going good, but last I checked. Ah, yeah. Ah, man. I can't. I can't. Be careful of Asta. Asta's trying to gain liquidity of people who are trying to short it at the moment. As I said, you'll get popcorn events. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Like you see certain coins doing well. That's what that I mean, if you guys watch, I mean, you can't watch it now because TikTok doesn't think I'm me for some reason. Uh, Opinion on Solana. I think Solana's still going to be fine, but I think it's going to go to 120. I said that about like 5-6 days ago. I think more than a week ago actually. I know. What's this? I got. I know the color battle. Yeah, you know the. It was a real. It's funny. Fetch I did. I think a lot of tokens are going to be in real problematic areas right now. Yeah. Have ETFs been good for crypto? Look, with ETFs, and I've said this many times as well, right? ETFs are only good for first mover advantages. You said they're trying to attract short liquidity, so they're going to pump it again. Didn't quite understand. No. So what they're doing right now is that. So what happens with these type of things, right? Because they hold the majority of the tokens, they can move this token around as much as they want to, and a lot of people, they're so like some people are so dumb, right? It's so dumb. Some people are so dumb, right? The majority of people who are shorting Asta are shorting it on Binance, and you just think you go, bruv, it's their own. It's their own platform. They're gonna take your liquidity. What are you doing? How dumb can you be that they own 90 something odd percent of the supply of this thing? They can do whatever they want, and you're trying to short a stock that they own on their own platform. It's so dumb, honestly. That's what's going on with that at the moment. And then there's various other ones that have bullish news and that are getting liquidity pushed into it. That's what's happening. So be careful with those things. You don't want to be playing around with Binance and CZ and them lot. So this is where we are. Everything is down. There is constant barrage of negativity that's coming in, and pure level of fear and pure level of fear and uncertainty, and it is completely speculative. It's speculative at the moment. Right now, literally right now, if you really think about it, just think about it right now. What is concrete that is doing this? That you can say, this happened. This is exactly what's going on. What is concrete about what the situation is right now? What anything that you can point to and go, that's happening now? Or is it that could happen, this could happen, that could happen? It's all coulds at the moment. That's it. I'm taking Mushies on Saturday, and I will ask them for a new take on the situation. Okay. Japan yield bonds removing liquidity from the market interest rates and negative press. So with the Japan thing, again, it's still speculative. They're thinking the central bank is going to increase interest rates. So that's what's happening. A massive de-risking thing. We've gone into a crypto winter, end of the 4-year cycle. Well, what does that mean? You know this thing when people talk about 4-year cycles? Is there a computer looking for the 4-year cycle? The Wall Street said that the market's falling because of crypto. Yep. Yeah, forward like cycles are a lot of crap. It's just the saying. It's not like there's some computer goes, 4 years has happened. This is for 4-year cycle. The end is nigh. The end is near. The end is nigh, people. PNXRP. I love it. I still think I can get the 10,000 per token. It would end up being more valuable than the entire world's economy, but I could see it happening. I got it here. Look, see, it's marked. It's not that much of a growth. I mean, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Can I hit it? It would be a no, it'd be more than that. 1 second. It doesn't even work. Okay, never mind. We feel betrayed by you, Arrows, that nothing you have predicted has come true. Really? That's such a lovely sentence to say. It's very, very kind. I'm glad that I am the basis of all of this happening. It's very true. Nothing I predict comes true. Nothing. Absolutely. It's nothing at all. It's very, very true. Yeah. No, zero. Nothing of what I've said doesn't exist. You're right. Anyway, if you need me to be the scapegoat of what you go through, then I can be the scapegoat. It's fine. It's not a problem whatsoever. I get it. I get it. You guys need to be angry at someone, and I guess I'm the one. Everything is your fault. Like it. Yeah, it's my fault. I accept it. I accept it. My $1,400 billion short on sell on ignore the negative you made. Your algorithm. We appreciate you. No, I appreciate that. It's nothing to do with that. But I'm just saying, it's just wow. And this is the funny thing of all this, right? And this is the thing that law of averages, even broken clock twice, been right 3 times, so I'm beating averages. Are you just in crypto a guy? I'm in both stocks and crypto, both. If I don't become a millionaire in the next 2 months, you lied to me too. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 man. You know what's really funny, right? And this is what's the saddest part of all, right? Everyone has disappeared. Everyone. And I mean everyone has disappeared from all this space, and I'm still here. And they're like, okay, cool. Now I'm the one that's the situation. And the thing is, right? I'll say this, right? If by May next year we get like a full-on, full-blown insanity run, I bet you that guy will not come and say anything to me, like at all, ever. He'll be quiet, nothing. Anyway, it's fine. It's okay. I can take the hate. It's no problem. Yeah, it would be funny if it. I am the real thoughts in December. Look. I have, and I'm just saying this to you right now. Everything looks terrible. It looks terrible. Um, you look at sentiment is absolutely terrible, right? Literally everything is terrible at this level, and I'll say this. Sometimes when things look absolutely like really bad, when everything is I will 100% apologize, but it's not looking likely you guys need to take accountability for your content. Sorry? What what's going on at this present moment? I don't quite understand what's happening. I mean, do you guys want me to also I mean, I understand. If everyone else just like, should I disappear like everyone else? I don't quite understand. I mean, I don't mind. Anyway, um, yeah. So what was I gonna say? Uh, right now, where we're sitting at this present moment is this. Sometimes things can look absolutely terrible. Like there is some level of there's sometimes there are people where there's scenarios where things can look like it's completely over. As look, this thing in this way. This is the best way I want to explain this, and this is the way that I will always go. The way you sometimes think when things are pumping constantly that there is no chance of this thing not retracing, it is also the truth in the opposite direction as well, right? So we're in this scenario right now where a lot of people are going to be hurting, and a lot of people are going to be blaming a lot of people, right? Me being number one, I always seem to be the one that people blame the most, right? And I'll say this too will pass. I want everyone to know that to understand, right? There is a moment where this thing will settle. There is a moment where things will find the bottom, and those who are at that stage where most of you have already left and don't like what's going on and everything else that goes in that direction, that's what will happen. You know what I mean? That you'll get into a point where you'll be at the stage where things were here, or when things were here, or when things were here, or when things pulled back all the way down to here, when Bitcoin had a 32% retrace. Where are we at the moment? Actually, I'm curious. We're at 31%. Where would this go to? 35. Where would 32 be? That would be, I mean, 1 second. It's lazy, but I'm just saying. 85.7 would be 32. Interesting. Where are we right now? Yeah, so that's where we are right now, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. And what's interesting is that I kind of understand why a lot of creators disappear at this moment. I really do get it, because it's not just on the lives. I'm getting constant messages right now, like to an extent where it's like on a hourly basis that people are finding a way to like, let's say, share their feelings with me, right? So I get it. If I need to be the one that absorbs all that, it's not a problem whatsoever. But that's the situation of where you are, and that's what's going on. Anyone else who also wants to gain some form of trading aspect, there's always the pro group. But again, you don't need to join that, just in case people get angry at that side of it as well. But if you want to, you can check that out. People are still doing quite well there, and that's the thing, right? And no, Calvin Hill is still streaming. Yeah. But Calvin Hill is the darling king of crypto. He has like 1,500, 2,000 people on his lives all the time. So, and he has moderators, and he just doesn't listen to anything. I don't even think he properly looks at the chat. That's the thing. Anyway, okay, cool. Look, I will say this, right? I appreciate all of you guys. It really means a lot that you guys are all here watching my lives and everything else, even though that TikTok believes that it's, and I think, to be honest, I would not be surprised if that account was taken down because of all the people that are like that in this live right now. I guess if that gives them some solace, yeah, go for it. That's all good. But we will go from there. All right. Okay, cool. Absolute appreciation. And I will catch you guys later. Yeah. Take care, guys. All right. Just to get this off, and then I will be with you guys as well.